Hello. This video comprises a short tutorial for each DIY dashboard to help you get started. This shows processing info for every document uploaded by your organization. The total document count appears at the top left, and by default, it's filtered to show uploads within the last month. We can change the time range or clear the filter to see everything. Then, as always, we include a filter to narrow the scope to specific accounts, projects, properties, or tenants. And lastly, we can select a specific upload status. Counts for each of these statuses are displayed at the top, followed by the success rate and average processing time per page. The visual breaks down documents into their classification, status, and file type. Hovering each one of these groups shows individual statistics. For example, documents classified as failed make up only 0.29% of the grand total and took an average of 30 seconds to process per page. We can click on these to expand them further. For example, if we want to look into succeeded. And we can click again to filter the metrics and table. This table displays the raw metadata that powers the dashboard. And if we full screen it, you can see the key columns used to build this visualization. Additionally, the data can be exported by clicking Export Data and using the method of your choice. This dashboard provides essential observability of the document processing system for you to explore. This shows general statistics about each abstraction status. On the left, we have our filters, including the tenant creation date, last upload date, who changed the status, and of course, a filter for selecting individual accounts, projects, properties, or tenants. At the top, we have two primary filter categories, fixed or non-fixed cycles, and abstraction or update cycles. You can hover over these info icons for more information. The timeline displays the average time spent in each abstraction status. Note that these are demo values, so they don't reflect typical timeframes. And everything here has tooltips to help explain the behavior. For review statuses, we have the total time reported by abstractors or reviewers. To dive deeper into timers, please see the abstraction timers dashboard. In the table, we have the full folder structure. Similar to the filter in the pane above, selecting an individual property or tenant will filter the abstraction status cards. Now let's open this in full screen for a better view. If we drill down even further, we'll see the individual abstraction status steps that took place and their metadata. As always, the table data can be exported using the method of your liking. This dashboard gives rich insights into the abstraction workflow, and we hope you enjoy exploring its information. This provides an overview of review comments and their statistics within your account. On the left, you can select a date range to view data from. You can toggle deleted comments on or off, and active comments. This effectively excludes comments made before the last document upload in the tenant. Note that tooltips are sprinkled across all of our dashboards to help explain functionality like this. We can filter on specific blocks. And lastly, we can narrow the scope to specific accounts, projects, properties, or tenants. At the top, we include filters for the team of the first or second reviewers and metrics. We provide an analysis on both reviews, showing the average number of comments each abstractor received, the total given, and the tenants they abstracted. On the right, we can see the performance of a team over time. Drilling up will increase the time scale, and vice versa. Below, we see blocks, which most frequently receive review comments. And lastly, the table shows individual comments. Full screening this, we can see detailed metadata regarding each review comment made. As always, the data can be exported using the method of your choice. This dashboard provides a detailed overview of reviewer and team performance and gives you powerful features for improving your abstraction workflow. This consolidates all timer data across the application. In the filter pane, we have the total timers and tenants, a date range for timers starting or ending within a period, process type and task selectors, a filter for teams or individual users, and lastly, the ability to scope the data to specific accounts, projects, properties, or tenants. We provide analysis on both the first and second review. The tables show the user, which reported the timer, the abstraction status they were working in, and the average time spent per tenant. This is demo data, so you can ignore the displayed values. On the right, we see the average reported time for the entire team. Drill up to increase the time scale, and down to decrease it. Lastly, the table displays individual timing events. In full screen mode, we can more easily review the detailed metadata provided. This includes links to the project, property, and tenant, and even a direct link to the timing report. Warning icons will flag abnormal times in the reported column. For example, the 0 and 2 minute timers were probably a mistake, and the 120-day timer was most likely left on. This dashboard provides complete visibility into timing data across your abstraction workflow. This gives you an overview of the abstraction cost per account, project, property, or tenant. So in the filter panel, we can scope the data to those specific entities, select one or many abstraction statuses, or filter the data by a date range. In the graph, you see your average cost per lease over time. You can drill up to increase the timescale, and vice versa. Looking at this example, I can see dark blue is spiking in December. Let's select this specific point in the graph and look at the table to understand what's going on. I can see the current status of these abstracts, the time spent in the first and second review, a link directly to the timer report, the total number of fixed cycles, review comments, and feedback, and lastly, our cost. As always, you can full screen the table and export the data using the method of your choice. This dashboard provides a visual representation of your abstraction cost and helps make useful comparisons between accounts, projects, or properties.